Hey YouTube, Halo Guy here. We've got some information on some brand new game modes coming to Halo Infinite within Season 2, which comes in the 3rd of May, as you may know. So right now we're just going to go through this blog post together and talk over everything new that's coming. Well, I say new, some of it's new, some of it is not technically new to Halo, but I guess the Halo Infinite is new, so we'll just say it's new. Okay, let's just go through it. This is going to be a completely different style to my sort of regular news videos. I'm going to be trying a different type of format where it's more face to face. We are going to go through it together and dissect it as I read it and go along. So we'll see how that pans out. If it's trash, and we'll never do it ever again. So, first off, Lone Wolf Season 2 of Halo Infinite is less than 2 short weeks away, launching May 3rd. We've got a lot of exciting new content coming to the game. Last week took a closer look at Season 2 new maps, Catalyst and Breaker, and today we're exploring 3 new modes and additional variants, which feature a mix of returning favourites and something new to Halo. Fantastic! We really do need new modes, so this is great news. First up, King of the Hill. There was some leaks about this month 2 ago. King of the Hill was supposed to come, so we know how King of the Hill works. But there is apparently a twist to this version of King of the Hill. So a neutral hill spawns on the map and 2 teams battle out to control the hill and earn points. When a player enters the hill uncontested, it is captured and begins earning 1 point per second into the capture bar. Pretty standard stuff. When a team's capture bar is full, they score 1 point and a new hill spawns somewhere else on the map. Okay, so that sounds like King of the Hill no longer changes based... Well, the hill in King of the Hill no longer changes based on the amount of time. So normally King of the Hill you'd have A hill would be there for a minute, and then it would go to B hill for another minute, and C, then D, then E. It looks like the hill stays in the same place, and each team has their own capture bar, and once their capture bar is full, once one team's capture bar gets full, the hill will go on to the second stand, if I'm reading that correctly. Not sure how big the capture bar is, how many points it will be. I'm assuming it would be somewhere around the 30 to 60 seconds or points mark. So next up is Land Grab, and this says at the start of the match there are 3 neutral zones around the map. When a player captures a zone, it is locked and gives their team 1 point. When all zones are captured, there is an intermission before 3 new neutral zones spawn. The first team to score 11 points wins. So it sounds like a sort of twist on Strongholds, but once you capture a zone, it's yours and it's locked and you have 1 point. So I'm trying to think what kind of mode this is, or if this is brand new mode to Halo. I suppose it's kind of like Extraction, but with 3 zones instead of 2. It sounds similar to Extraction from Halo 4, which I do miss. I don't know why they've never brought that back. It was a phenomenal game mode in Halo 4. I think Halo 4 had really good, unique game modes, and I don't know why 343 just didn't carry them over to 5 and Infinite, but who knows. Next up, Last Spartan Standing. Now this is the one that's bringing in all the hype. Last Spartan Standing is based around the Lone Wolves theme of Season 2. In this free-for-all experience, 12 players spawn in big team battle maps with a confined loadout and 5 respawns. Once a player runs out of respawns and can no longer participate, they can either spectate or leave the match without a penalty. If a player gets a kill in a match, they can upgrade to a different weapon, something players of Escalation Slayer will no doubt be familiar with. The match ends when there is just 1 Spartan left standing. So I guess you could say this is like a battle royale mixed in with attrition and free for all sort of mashed together, and I guess Escalation Slayer, which, you know, gun game from Call of Duty. Moving on though. Okay, so we've got a little conversation with Zach Boyce. Him, the multiplayer modes and systems designer, and he's going to be talking about a bit about the new modes for Halo Infinite Season 2 and a little insight into why King of the Hill has changed and what we can all look forward to. First off, we get a little welcome and he introduces himself. So with all of the modes, the hill moving on a strict timer clashes with opportunism. It's really annoying to finally usurp the controlling team, only to have the hill disappear and bank just a few points. If the controlling team had the hill the entire time and then all of a sudden you got the hill at the end, it's probably because they're leaving the hill to go to the next one before it spawns in. I don't think that has anything to do with opportunism, as you say, but we'll just move on. The instantaneous nature of flipping ownership spikes pace perception. Players would say the mode feels frantic to a fault and strains the legibility of messaging and feedback systems. End match resolution is often too flat, the match timer clashes with the hill timer in a way that can mathematically ice the match. Conversely, even some tight matches end with the team touching the hill for just a few seconds, under-delivering on the hype built up by a hotly contested match. Okay, so it sounds like they're just trying to do the same sort of thing that they've done with Oddball and make it so that there's not any sort of frozen games. I suppose in previous Halos you had certain hills where teams wouldn't actually go for it and just sit outside of it and make sure that the other team couldn't go for it. For example, Halo 2 with Lockout and King of the Hill, the first hill that spawns, which is top mid, when you're looking at a competitive pro match, no one went for that hill because that hill is open to basically every single sight line on the map. But I guess you could say that's just a bad design of said hill, and there's probably better ways to do it than what they're doing, just changing the rules of a classic mode. I suppose it might work. I do genuinely like the Oddball changes, so if I play this and it's good, then I won't mind it changing. I really don't. I'm not against classic modes changing or anything like that. There needs to be a good reason for it. They've gave us some reasons. I'm like, maybe? Who knows? This top one anyway, I'm like, if they controlled it for the entire time, it's probably, and they just left it, it's probably because they're going to the next hill and they're just better. You shouldn't really be going for the hill at the end of its timer anyway. You should be just, if there's like 5 seconds on the hill, don't go to that hill, go to where the next one's going to be spawning. Like, that's just basic King of the Hill strategy. So each hill now has a control meter. Teams fill their control meter when occupying the hill uncontested. Contesting a hill will pause control progress. When a team fills a control meter, they earn 1 point. Hills have a very quick capture time that can be paused by contesting. Hills quickly decay ownership back to neutral when unoccupied. Hills move only when a team has filled the control meter, winning that hill. So it seems like you're not actually earning 1 point per second, you're earning 1 point into your control meter per second, and once you fill that control meter, you actually earn 1 point towards your actual score on the scoreboard. So that is completely different to what I said at the top of the article, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully you're all still here and watching, otherwise you're going to leave and have a false idea of how King of the Hill actually functions in this game. Until you actually play it and you're like, that Halo guy was an absolute liar. Don't ever listen to him, ever. Some distinction between quick play and ranked. So in quick play, the first hill is always consistent, but all hills thereafter are randomised. So you start with hill A, but then you could go to hill D, then hill B, then hill E, then hill C, then hill A again. You never know what's going to happen, so you can't actually plan your attack. So in ranked, the hill sequence is consistent, so it's always A, B, C, D, E, or however they want to. They might not do alphabet. Who knows what they'll do. They like to change random things for the sake. But matches utilise a objective clock mechanic like Oddball. The match timer only depletes when the hill is unoccupied. I do like that about Oddball. That's really cool. I'm glad they're keeping that for this mode as well. Naturally, we also maintained a support for classic King of the Hill settings via custom games. Okay, that's cool. If anyone wants to play classic King of the Hill, they can go into custom games and fiddle about with the settings and actually play King of the Hill how you would have on Halos 1 through 5. Very nice. So moving on to land grab. Once a player or team captures the land grab zone, it disappears from the level, banking 1 point for the capturing team. This naturally whittles down each set of free zones towards a final zone, crescendo each set. Once all zones in a triplicate have been claimed, a new free zone set begins to spawn in new positions on the map until one team reaches 11 points. We do, however, have special logic to help craft a more compelling crescendo at match end. If a team is 1 point from victory, then 2 zones will spawn. If both teams are 1 point from winning, the only one final zone will spawn and decide the match. So if you're both at 10-10, only one zone will spawn in, so you're really going for it. If one team needs 1 point and the other team needs 2 or 3, 2 zones will spawn in. That does sound pretty fun. Brand new mode, very happy. That is exactly what we need in this game. We need old modes coming back like King of the Hill. We also need Infection and Race and all that other crap. But we also need stuff like this. Brand new modes, fresh experiences that you can relate straight to Halo Infinite. So the big one, last Spartan standing. Let's have a quick look through the design philosophy for this. So apparently there is new quirks in Last Spartan Standing that they've not seen in Halo game mode before. So it sounds like there's 12 players on a big team battle map and they have 5 lives each. Once their 5 lives are depleted, they can leave the match without getting a penalty. Every time you get a kill or an assist or any score, you earn points towards some sort of leveling system within the game mode, and once you level up that bar, you can choose to upgrade your weapon whenever you want. That sounds like what they're going for with this. I might have been reading it wrong. You also have random equipment and power equipment come in ordnance pods, sort of like big team, just the same as big team battle. Equipment can be found in some interior locations, and on-map weapons and vehicles are disabled. Grenades are randomised each time they spawn. We've got 2 new maps coming in Season 2 as well, Breaker, the big team B map, and Catalyst, the arena map. So they're not specifically purpose built, as there are a lot of considerations go into crafting these spaces to accommodate existing modes as well as future ones that they're working on. But there are many aspects of the design of these maps that really complement how the new modes come in Season 2 play. Breaker's really fun CTF map, and you'll get all the chaotic BTB fun players love on that map. Catalyst will immediately be available in quick play with all modes except for Strongholds, and in ranked arena with CTF and Slayer. So now we have a little look at the settings that we can fine tune and change within custom games. So for King of the Hill we have these, pause the video if you want to read them. Land grab, we have these, pause the video if you want to read them. And Last Spartan Standing, you can change all of Attrition's custom game settings. And they're adding even more options to expand the extensibility of the mode. We've also got some more changes coming within Season 2, so they're working on rolling out a match-wide variety of social experiences and playlists that fit for variable party sizes. Rumble Pit, for instance, is an 8-player FFA playlist with a mashup of base modes along with variants with a twist. This will be available on day 1. Finally, free-for-all variants. Now, can we get free-for-all ranked? Question mark? We aim to rotate in playlists like Social Skirmish, Social Slayer, Team Snipers, Team Doubles and more throughout the season. As for some of the new variants themselves, here are a few. Ninja Slayer, Vampire Ball, Rocket Repulsors. So Ninja Slayer, you have infinite ammo, an energy sword and grapple shot, very fun. Vampire Ball, in this mode the skull carrier is no longer nerfed, instead the skull is a one-hit kill and has 50% shield vampirism, which if you score a kill with the skull at full shield, say, bleeds into an overshield. So every time you get a kill with the ball, you earn 50% shields, it sounds like. Pretty fun. Rocket Repulsors is infinite ammo rocket launchers with repulsors. So King of the Hill and Last Spartan Standing will be available day 1 on May the 3rd, and Land Grab will be featured as part of the Fracture Entrenched event around a month after Season 2's launch, after which, much like Last Spartan Standing, it will remain available for players to jump into throughout the season. Fantastic, they're not taking it away. And we are done. It sounds like they're getting there with the game. They're trying to improve it. I think they know that there's just not enough content, maps, modes, stuff to do in the game, and it seems like they're trying to rectify the situation. Will this be enough? 3 modes and 2 maps, 1 big TB, 1 BTB and 1 arena. I wouldn't say it's enough. It's a step in the right direction. I think what we really need though is we need Forge. And we need like a bunch new maps. I think if they were to put out 2 new maps every 3 months with each season, I think that would be probably enough. And then maybe 1 or 2 game modes per season as well, but keep them in. Don't take away stuff. I mean, take away stuff if it's trash and no one likes it and no one plays it, but for the most part, you know, just keep it in. There's no point in removing stuff. But I'm excited to jump back into Halo Infinite and really, really give this season a try and see how it goes. But yeah, that's all from me, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed, help the channel a ton. Subscribe with notifications if you haven't already to stay up to date with all my latest videos as soon as they go live. I'm going to be covering all major Halo news, so you'll want to keep up with the channel. I'd like to thank you all for watching until the end. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one.